feels weird. Like, not sitting on the floor anymore feels very weird. And I don't know how to describe that, okay? But anyway, welcome back, everybody. I have honestly missed this so much. Even getting ready for these videos, I'm just prepared. Now, you might be asking me, Rylan, why are you orange? Okay, I have a spray tan developing. I am like 7 hours in, okay? I am just waiting to wash, okay? I'm waiting to take a shower. Like, I have been sitting at this desk since 11 o'clock today because of the spray tan. Nonetheless, I'm so excited to be back. Like, y'all don't know how much I just miss sitting down and telling y'all the tea. Now, a lot of people are probably gonna comment and ask me, Rylan, where have you been? Okay, we've been seeing you on TikTok here and there, but yeah, so basically I had to slow down because if y'all remember, like 2 or 3 months ago, I was posting every Friday on here. I was posting 6 times a day on TikTok. I was posting on Instagram. I was posting on Snapchat. My Twitter was popping, okay? I was literally spending at least 6 to 8 hours a day on content, okay? And there was just a lot that went into me going off of everything. Like, I think I kept up TikTok and that was it. Like, I literally haven't posted on anything else. And I want to get into why. Okay? So, I want to say 2023 was just a really rough year for me for a multiple of reasons. And I think I've pretty much shared all of those different reasons in videos across my YouTube channel. So I think that it would only be fitting to tell y'all this year, like what is going on this year, like what has made me disappear. Because y'all know I'm active. I'm on active everywhere, and you know what I mean? I feel like something had to, happen obviously for me to not post anymore. But let's get into it. So January of this year, I'm just fucking diving in. January of this year was a really rough month for me because it's like I'm fresh out of a relationship, which we know the lore about that. And basically I was just, I was chilling. But so I was like, and the thing about it is that me and my best friend had kind of beginning to drift at like late 2023, but like we were just in very different parts of our lives, but I felt like that we were able to kind of mix back into each other's life really well. And I never really thought anything of it, but I'll bring that up later. So, at this time, it's January. Me and her had stopped talking to a lot of our friends, and I had reconnected with a bunch of them about this time. But basically, there was just nobody like I was really wanting to hang out with like that. Like me and this girl would hang out all the time. And truthfully, I was just really alone. I was bored. I just didn't know what to do. I was posting all the time. Like, I was really just chilling. So I met this man, and me and him hung out for like a solid 2 weeks. But I remember I met this man, January 2nd, January 3rd. And right away we hit it off. Like, me and him went out to eat at like Waffle House. Like, we were chilling. We were having fun. Like, me and him went shopping, and we really had a blast. Like, me and him talked for, like I said, a solid 2 weeks. I think we hung out like 3 times in that 2 weeks. I think the biggest thing with that is that he was more introvert and I was more extrovert. And I feel like I didn't come from a family that lived in a 3-story house on a nice side of town. You know what I mean? And that was very much him. Like when I went to his house, he still lived with his parents and it was giving mansion. And here I am, a little kid from the ghetto, coming into this like, oh, like this is nice. Like nobody's gonna try to break into my car in the middle of the night, period. You know, and I feel like enough said, right? So me and him kind of like, he kind of ghosted me and I was just like, whatever. I'm about to drop some fucking lore, okay? So basically like 2 weeks later, I got a text from a dude I had talked to in 2023. We had the relationship. If y'all want to get into the lore here, I have a 2-part series about that man because no. And what's kind of crazy, and you know what, y'all can call me out for it, like a good maybe 3 to 4 days before I started dating that man, I actually had met up and hung out with that man from January. That was the last time I've seen that man. And then I started dating that man. We all know what happened there. You know what? I got messed up, fucked over, whatever you want to say. Okay? So after that had happened, literally a week later, the same girl I had just told you about pretty much just ghosted me. Like I still haven't talked to her since, you know, and it's like, oh well, you know, when you're close with someone for 5 to 6 years and you know everything about them and you just know, like I was just like, okay, like you know what, I made my peace with it. And that's that. But, you know, I came back from vacation, you know, I went breakup, vacation, came back to no best friend. And you know what? I remember just being like, something just went off in my brain and I was just so tired. And that's how I can really explain it. Like, I was just so, and people are gonna be like, you were depressed, why wouldn't you be? Yeah, but like it was more than that. Like it was just like, I don't care anymore. And like it just became such a hassle to do anything. And it was like, okay, like I kept it up. And then I think like July came around and I had basically met this new man. Okay, and you're like, Rylan, you know what? There's a common pattern here. But it's not my fault. Like, I just somehow meet these dudes. I think they're cute. And I'm like, let me talk to them, okay? You know, and it, like, you know, and it's just like... But, however, once again. So, me and this man hung out, like, twice. And... I'm not going to say what it was, but there was like an incident with the January man and the July man. And they were very like similar incidents. I'm not going to say what it was, and I'm not going to say if it was my fault or not. But like they have completely valid reasons to never speak to me again. And I don't hate on that reason. You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing about me. If I give someone a reason not to talk to me, I just accept it and I go with it. It's when somebody just does me so shitty when I come after them. And let me honestly be real. I think that was also like my bottom at that point. Like I was just kind of done. I was like, I basically like just stopped hanging out with everybody. I really kind of just shut myself off from everybody. Like I stayed right here in this room for a minute after that, because it was like the first time I had just really felt defeated. Like I have felt defeated in my life, but I've never felt like rock bottom, defeated, like done. Like I was just done. And on top of that, like everything, like the only thing that was getting views at this point in time was TikTok. Like YouTube, I wasn't really pulling in more than 30 views anymore. Music was on hold. Like I couldn't do anything artistically anywhere else and get views. So I was just really fed up and done. And so I had decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to upload these YouTube videos. I'm not going to look at it. And whenever I feel like I'm ready to set myself back up for that and to redo it, fine. Because this is kind of like a little job for me. Like, I do make a good amount on TikTok, but that is the only place I really make money on. Sure, Twitter will bring in, you know, a little something, something, but for the most part, like, TikTok is where I make my bag. Like, the lives, the videos, like, I make a good little amount from there. But I don't do this to make money, though. I do this really just for a good laugh, like, just to, like, be able to say I made something. And on top of that, it gives me a platform to release my music. But anyway, so July, girl, I felt defeated. I was just done. I was done. And you know what? I just, like, the problem with me is I think I need to, like, just stop and really get away from the dudes. Because not literally, maybe, like, a little bit after that, I met a new man. Okay. This is where shit starts really hitting the fan for me. So at this point, the only person who I felt who didn't have, like, a reason to hate me was my current ex, and that's just because he's a bum. Like, that's all I can say about that. This is where shit starts getting rough for me. So I meet this new man, right? I drove like 35 minutes away. I was really excited. Like, he had talked himself up on the phone. And I was like, you know what? Like, I need to not close myself off. Like, because me and him, you see, we hung out actually, I think 2 times. So, like, the first time we hung out, we had worked out a day. I had driven and I had, you know, met him and everything like that. We had, like, a really, really fun time. Like, it was genuinely, like, a really, really fun time. Like, we went to the park. Like, it was chill. Literally, that man didn't text me until maybe 2 weeks later. And when we hung out, like, again, and we had fun or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we were just chilling, like nothing went awry. Nothing ever went, like, crazy. Like, we really, like, he was asking me, like, the next time I wanted to come over, this, that, and the other. But this man, and this still kind of irks me because, like, I didn't know what I was going to do about it. He had basically texted me a whole list, okay? Like, let me look you in your eyes when I say this. He made a whole list of things that were wrong with me. A whole, like, went down. He's like, you know what? Like, this could work, but, like, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. And I was like, oh no. Oh no, sweetie. I have never texted him back since. He hasn't texted me since. I just left it on open because I have never had somebody just come for me like that. Like, and I've seen pictures of your ex, baby. Like, I don't know where you get off thinking that you can talk to me like that. You could talk to him like that. He don't look like this, bitch. Let me tell you, he don't look like this at all. And you had the gall to tell me what was wrong with me? Oh no, baby. Oh no. Oh no. Fuck that. No. Cause what? And then, so, you know, I was just like, okay. At the end of August, shit, I'm like, okay. At the end of August, I bet once again. But, okay, so I did meet yet another man. Okay, but at this point in time, I want to preface and say this clearly, okay? I was not looking for another man. Okay, this dude hit my DMs and let me take the glasses off for this. And I said, "Hi, how are you?" Like he hit the DMs, baby. And I was like, yes. I was like, yes, absolutely. You're the one. Like, I would have paid for this man hourly to just walk around and act like he was with me. He was so fine, and he was like, "Oh, baby, you're fine." Like, in that chat, I was like, "Oh my gosh." I didn't even care. I linked up with him like 2 a.m. in the ghetto. I'm talking a park that gets shot up all the time, like, not kidding. And he told me some of the craziest shit I have ever heard in my life. He told me, and I sat there like, oh really? Like, that's so cool. The entire time just listening to this man. And I don't even know. Looking at it, when I went to go meet him, I was just so brave. And I just Mom, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. Just click out. You don't need to hear this. And he never texted me again. Literally, we had so much fun. He told me that I couldn't talk to anybody else or he would go crazy. And then blocked me the next day. Literally blocked me. He later actually, a week or two ago, re-added me and texted me, but I never saw the chat because he had re-blocked me by the time I went to go read it. Yeah. And not to mention, while this is all happening, eventually me and my best friend aren't friends anymore. Me and one of my close friends aren't hanging out as much. Me and two of my old friends are low-key beefing because they want to invite me and then uninvite me to things. And it really, has been posing the question for me for the last, 3 weeks. Is it me? Am I the drama? And I really feel like I was the problem. I really did so much self-reflection and, and I really took the time to look inward and look at my past actions and look at a lot of just things that I could have done differently, things people could have done differently. And I think it made me really, really just kind of grow up with a lot of things. I think the mean girl complex is pretty much completely gone at this point because it's now that I'm older, I just don't care. I just don't care. And I think for a lot of people, I'm done chasing people. I have a savior complex. So the thing about me is when I become friends with somebody or if I start dating somebody or if anything like that, I always get the broken version of them. I attract broken people and I don't know why. And so whenever I see a broken person, I do everything in my power to make them not broken anymore. I pick up the pieces and for a lot of my friends that I have now, that have been my friends since day one, who I did meet them when they were broken and this, that, and the other, they will always tell me thank you, you got my life on track, you're a true friend, this, that, and the other. And it's even some exes still talk to me and are yo, you put my life on track, you did this, you did that, you're not a bad person. Because I asked a lot of people, I was is it me? Am I the drama? And one thing I've noticed is when you befriend someone who's broken, you put back the pieces, a lot of the times they throw you away. They don't need you anymore. They've used you for everything that they needed and they got back on track and now they're just chugging along, which is great. I want to see everybody in this video that I've talked about, anybody who I used to be friends with, who I dated, who know me. I want y'all to eat, but it does not have to be at my table. And I heard Cal Lowry say that on the Just Trish podcast recently, and I was like, I am so glad you revisited me to this, because yes, like absolutely. And I think that's where I'm at. I think that as a person is where I'm at. And I think that I have really taken the time off of majority of my socials. But you know what? And that's my story for the year. I feel like I haven't told anybody what my year has been like out loud, and just to probably hear it and to later watch it back to edit it. It's going to be like really surreal to relive, and it's been crazy to relive, but you know what? I am rebuilding myself. I'm rebranding myself. I have new friends. I have a lot of new people in my life. I have a lot of new people who, you know, will still probably go in and out and this, that, and the other, but I feel like it's a whole new Rylan. And I'm so excited to now be able to get back on here and dish out the content that y'all want to hear, like the juice. But on top of that, to also come back to music, like I really am ready to come back to music. Like I saw my total streams for 2 singles was 70,000. 70,000 people played my song. That's crazy. That is so, like, honestly, I cried because, like, I never thought I'd make more than a few hundred, like, honestly. And I think that I'm ready to come back. Like, I'm ready just to be Rylan again. Like, I'm ready to just not let people bug me. But, yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been doing. I think I was in the slums for a minute, but I'm back now. So I think it'll be fun. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have been watching since the beginning, or if you are coming back, or even if you're new, thank you so much. I love you, and I hope that y'all come see me. Y'all remember every Friday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time? Yeah, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time.